Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to link our activity main XML to our MainActivity Java file. So we need ID values for all of these. So I'm going to call this edit text new item. I'm going to call the button add button. And I'm just going to recall the recyclerview. Okay. So in the main activity, just like we did before with the counter app, we need variables for all of those items. So we need a button. Again, I'm just going to call it add button. We need an edit text. Oop. Which again, I'm just going to call new item. And we need a recyclerview. Okay, perfect. And for each of those, we just have to link them up using our find by view ID. Okay, so what we also need is to store all of our list items. We're going to need an array list. And I'm just going to call this to-do list items. And basically, this array list is how you store lots and lots of strings in one variable, which is perfect when you're using a recyclerview. And the way our app works is when you click the add button, it takes the text that's currently in the edit text view and places it into our array list and then into our recyclerview. So as we do to do any kind of button functionality, we need an onClick list now. And we need a string to place that value from the edit text into. So I'm just going to call this new item string. And the way that you get that is from new item, you get the text to string. And then in order to add something into an array list, you just put an add function onto it. Okay. So this is all okay, but unfortunately at the moment our to-do list items are not being displayed in our recyclerview. So to do that we need a Arrayadapter. Okay, so an Arrayadapter is going to be in a new Java file. So if you click on your top level file and you click new Java class. And I'm going to call mine ListAdapter. I recommend whenever you make an adapter that it always has the word adapter in it. It doesn't have to be called ListAdapter. It could be called, I don't know, if you're making a menu or something, it could be food adapter or menu adapter. But for this, I'm just going to call it ListAdapter. Okay, and so this ListAdapter is going to have two things in it. It's going to have the to-do list items array list that we made earlier, and it's going to have contacts being sent through from the main activity. So if I write private contacts, and we're just going to call this contacts, and the same for our array list. Okay, and they're going to be sent through from a different activity, in this case the main activity, so we need a public constructor in order for the information to be sent in. So this is kind of like a method within an activity, except they can be sent between activities. And we want our array list and some contacts to be sent in. Okay, so we want our m contacts to equal the contacts that's sent from the main activity, and we want our m to-do list to be equal to the to-do list sent from the main activity as well. Okay, so that's our simple constructor. What we also want to do is to link our list item XML with the data that's in our adapter. So to do this, we need to make a view holder. So I'm going to just write public class view holder, and that extends the base class, which is a recyclerview view holder. Okay, and then it's going to come up with an error. So if you click the little red icon that pops up, it will help you fix the error. Okay, so in our view holder, we have got a text view, and we've got an image button. So everything in your view holder needs to match everything that you put into your list item XML folder. And just give them appropriate names. And what we're going to do is we're going to link them. So your list item, in your item view, find view by ID, yeah, we need to give our list item stuff IDs, actually, that's a good point. So I'm just going to call this list item string. And then done button, so we can find them. Perfect. Next thing we want to do is we want to make sure our ListAdapter extends the recyclerview adapter. Okay, and again it will come up with a light bulb error and you just click implement methods. Yep, we want all these methods, so click OK. Perfect. So for each of these methods they serve a different purpose. This one, the onCreateView method, is similar to the onCreate method in the main activity. It basically will create the image of each item in our list view. So we don't want it to return null. What we do want is to get the layout that we want to implement. So view, we need layout inflator dot from, we put our context in, dot inflate, and this is the layout file that we created before, so list item. That's going to be the parent. I'll just put false for that. And then we want to create a ListAdapter view holder. And we put our created information in there. Okay. Okay, so the next one is Onbindviewholder. So this is basically any activity that we want to happen to our list item. We're going to put it in here. So what we want to do is to get the string value of the current item in our to-do list. And the way we do that is we get, and then the position is called position in this case. And then our holder, which is the view holder for this particular item. We want to set the text to equal that string. Okay, so if the first item on our to-do list was wash up, then it would get our current position as 0, and it would get this current string, which should be wash up, and it would put it into our list item, and the text would read wash up. And then we also have our done button. So with any button we need a onClick listener. And what do we want to happen when we click the done button? So basically we want to remove that list item. So remove should be one of these. And then we want that to update. Okay, then we go back to our main activity. We add a ListAdapter to our activity. Down here. And the context is going to be the context of this activity, which is this. And our to-do list is called to-do list items. Okay, so we just have to add a few more things in to make the recyclerview work. We need to add a linear layout manager. And we just have to reset that layout manager to our recyclerview. And then set our adapter. Okay, when you add something to your list, you need to notify the changes. So you just have to put adapter, notify, item change, and the position, which in this case will be 0. Also, when you write into the edit text, you want the edit text to go back to being blank after you've pressed submit. So we're just going to put edit text as nothing. Okay, I'm going to test this on my Android phone. So that's me just plugging in my phone, and I'm going to press play. When you're testing, you can use an emulator, but it's probably better to use an actual physical device like your phone. Okay, and I'm going to just use the Windows 10 viewer to show you my phone. Okay, so if I write in an example of something like clean kitchen and then click add. Okay, I didn't like that. If you get an error, the best thing to do is to look at your log and see what went wrong. Okay, so it's saying that the array list is null object. So basically, initially, you need to set a value Okay, that should hopefully fix it. So, clean kitchen. Okay, so it's not got an error, but it's also not displaying. Okay, we also need to change this doesn't return the 0. This should be the length of our list item. Once again, clean kitchen. Yay! Clean bathroom. I don't know, do homework. Okay, perfect. And so if we've completed these tasks, if we click the tick button, at the moment it crashes. So the reason for that is we need to update a few things in the ListAdapter. Okay, so instead of saying this, we want notify item removed. And we need to notify that the range has changed. Okay. Okay. And then once you complete the task, you then tick and it goes off.